Well, y'all, let's fix us some quick and easy breakfast this morning. First of all, I've got a potato here. I'm going to go ahead and peel it. I should have peeled it before I started the camera, but oh well. Stranger things have happened. Put that right there. Oh, I forgot my chicken. Just a little bit of chicken that I'm going to put in there as well. Yeah, I think I'll just use this. What I'm going to do is grate my potatoes, I think. They'll cook a little faster that way. You can certainly just chop them up if you want. Probably not even gonna need this whole potato. You always have some stuck down in there, so. I think that'll be enough. That other little piece can just go in the compost, I think. I got me a frying pan. I'm going to put me some oil in here. I'm not quite ready to put my potatoes in yet, so I'm going to put them in this bowl. Because since I shredded them up, it's not going to take too long to cook them. I've got a little bit of sausage here. That was that kielbasa sausage. Venison and beef, I think it was. Or pork and venison, that's what it is. I mean, you can use any kind of sausage in this recipe. And I'm just going to cut it in strips and then cut it across. And just little, just dice it up basically. And that's only about a 2-inch piece of link sausage. Not very much, but it goes a long way in this type of recipe. You take very little meat to fix this. can go ahead and put that in there. I'll turn my burner on. I don't want it on too high. I'm also going to get some of my chicken breast, I think. And I'm just going to cut it up a little. Dice it up just like I did my sausage. Like I said, it takes very little. So there's my little bit of, it's about an equal amount of sausage to an equal amount of chicken. Put that right in there. I've got some onion here. Oops. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just slicing up this onion. And I'm not going to use all of it. There's so many different varieties of recipes for this. You can use beef, leftover beef. Basically any way you cook chicken. But it's basically doing with what you've got on hand. And making the best of it. Oh, let's see. I am at this point going to put my potatoes in. Let me wrap my chicken back up and put it back in the refrigerator. Because I see another meal there. If you're frugal with your food, your money, when you spend it at the grocery store, you'll find you have more food than what you think. Now I'm just going to cut up this pepper. There's not even any seeds in this one. And I'm doing it the same way. I'm just dicing it up. Everybody wanted to see what I ate every day, so that's what I'm trying to show you. I've always been frugal with food, with money that I spend. I mean, you'd be surprised what you can do with just little bits and pieces of leftover food you got in your refrigerator. Now that was just a little bit of red pepper or orange pepper. I don't like the way this pan keeps sticking. There's plenty of oil in it, so I don't know. Now I'm going to get a green pepper, a little bitty one. And I've got all these seeds in there. These seeds in the sink over here. I'll get them out later, but I don't want them on my board. Put that in there. Now I've got a little red one. See, the little peppers come in good too sometimes. And these have already been washed. I washed them before I put them in my little baggie. Now you don't have to put all 3 colors of peppers in there if you don't want. I'm doing it just for the appeal of it. It kind of looks nice when you got all 3 colors. And I just happen to have the little peppers, so that's why I'm using them. There, that's all we gotta cut up. That right there, because I'll probably use it in a minute. I'm not sure. Oh, I never get this faucet completely turned off. Now I'm going to put some crushed garlic. About 1/2 tablespoon, because I love garlic. My son does something similar to this on his Blackstone. But you know what? I like it fixed in the pan just as well. And I gotta move this a minute. now. I forgot to get something out of the refrigerator. Now, let's see. Gotta have salt and pepper. Himalayan salt's what I'm using. Now, you know, I've got it because I bought it on special one time. But usually it's a little bit too pricey for me, but if I can get it, I like to use it. I think I'll turn that up just a tiny bit. Because my sausage, my chicken are already cooked. I don't have to worry about that cooking. It's my onions, my peppers, and everything else. And I probably should have put the onions and peppers in there very first thing, because it takes the peppers a little while to cook. Get it all mixed up with that garlic, salt and pepper. This is just another option for these, you know. Like I said, your ingredients that you put in it is up to you. Put the meats in it that you like. Put the types of peppers that you like. You can even put jalapenos in there. I don't want it that hot, so I'm going to refrain from putting the hot peppers in there. I've got chunks of pepper and seed here. And I can already see I'm going to have more than what I thought I was going to have. So I'm going to get one of my little containers to put these in. That I usually use with it. And we got to get some cheese. I didn't have my cheese out. See what kind of cheese I want to put in there. Alrighty. I know I got some. The kind I'm looking for. Here we go. Cheddar. This is a medium cheddar. Oh my goodness, that's why I never like to wear my hair down when I'm cooking. I'm always moving around so much it gets in my face. And then I'm touching my hands to my hair. I want all that crispy goodness that's in the bottom of the pan in my mixture. got a couple of eggs back here. I think I'm going to use 3 eggs instead of 2. I got a little bit more of the mixture than I thought I was going to have. So that's 3 eggs. Yeah, when I do these kind of dishes, I end up with a lot more. By the time I get it all chopped up, I say I'm going to make just a little bit. And then by the time I get it all in the pan, it's quite a bit more than what I counted on. But that's okay. It's going to be good. And I know I'm using a fork in my frying pan, but I'm not scratching the side hard to where I'm going to damage it. I just can't do what I want to do with a spatula or something like that, a rubber one. I'm getting under there trying to mix up my egg and everything. I'm just a creature of habit. This is going to be breakfast for the whole week, I think. Now I'm just cooking this until my egg's all done. I do not like raw eggs in anything like this. Yeah, but you can take a leftover hamburger even. Take your hamburger meat that's already been cooked, crumble it up in your pan. Maybe some crumbled up bacon or any type of meat. And do this. Turning my heat off, and I'm going to throw in some cheese. You might say, well, this is the same like I cooked before. But as you notice, I got different ingredients. It's not all the same ingredients in it. For one, I got chicken in there. I've got link kielbasa sausage in there. And I got the burner off, the heat's off. I'm just stirring in the cheese until it melts a little bit and gets all incorporated here. It's almost like I put equal amounts of everything in there. Now, I know you've seen me do this before. but not with these exact same ingredients. I know I'm going to have a bunch, so I'm going to put them in there. Turn my burner on here. Whew, it's hot this morning, y'all. I'm going to heat these up and make them as I go. I think you can see that. I got the hiccups. You know what? I really need to switch pans. Put this one over here, put this one over here. Yeah, I'm going to have quite a few of them right there. Whew, my hair is wet. So it's not cooperating and staying in one place. But as you know, we just heat our tortillas up. And I use the small ones usually. I hardly ever get the big ones because I like the way they fit in these little containers when I make them. And another thing I'm going to add to it is a little bit of Tennessee red. It's not extremely hot. But it puts a little bit of flavor in there. Blue Hog Tennessee red. Mix that up because I don't want it all in just one part of it. The cheese is melted. My son usually does stuff like this on his Blackstone. But since I'm basically cooking for one, I just do it here. I mean, I could do it on my little griddle, you know, that I've got, my induction cooktop. But, you know, it's easy to do it this way too if I'm going to do it here in the kitchen. Because basically all I would heat the induction cooktop would be to heat up my tortillas. I'd rather do the other part in a frying pan. But you certainly could do it on that induction cooktop. So these are going to be a little different, but they're, you know, basically the same principle. Ooh, and that's hot, hot, hot. Woo. Put it over there. You know, what I could do is heat those things all up. Basically cook them a little bit, or several of them at a time. so I can have something to work with. In the meantime, that can cool off a little bit. I'm curious to see how many of these I get out of this morning. But I think these are going to be really good with the chicken and that little bit of kielbasa sausage in there, instead of just the normal sausage that I usually put. You got to get creative, especially with the prices on food the way they are. Woo, that's hot. Got to be real creative. Get these over here. Usually you warm them all up and then you wrap them in a towel and keep them hot and then start rolling them. But, you know, hey, I never do anything exactly like anybody else. So. I'm putting a little bit more filling in these this morning than usual. Don't ask me why. I just felt like doing it. But see, they're not very big, but they're big enough. Oh, get my fork. Now, if I had an avocado, which I do, but it's in the freezer, I just slice me up avocado, put on here, slice up a tomato on the side. Because it's a whole lot easier to handle these things when they're cooled off. I mean, you don't want them cold, but when they're piping hot like this, they will burn your hand, your fingers. I hope you can see how I'm doing this. I roll the bottom up, then I pull the sides in, and then I do the top. Just like that. I'll let that one cool off just a little bit. But I put about a good heaping tablespoonful of these, maybe a little more, in each one. And once you get them rolled and stacked, they pretty much stay folded. They won't come unfolded, not when they're heated up. So I'll have breakfast for 3 more mornings, because it looks like I'm going to end up with 6 in there, and then a couple of them to eat for this morning. Because 2 is all I can eat at one time. And then that's a real good breakfast. All I have to do is put them in the, put them on a plate, put them in the microwave, and heat them up. Yeah, I think I can get 3 out of this. Yep. It's going to be 3. Oh. My stove's clean, y'all. And when something is this good, you don't want to waste any of it. I could have even put more egg in there. Maybe 4 eggs instead of 3. But I think I got plenty. So there's 6 in there. And what little bit did I use to put in that? A couple of little peppers, part of a little onion I had left over, 3 eggs, about 3/4 of a white potato shredded, a handful of cheese, leftover bits and pieces of sausage that was left that I didn't cook, and then a little bit of chicken that was already cooked. But if you use your imagination, you can do a lot. You can stretch your food dollars quite a bit. Now, in some households, they would have just fixed this. They would have ate what they wanted. And whatever was left, they would have thrown out in the garbage. But in making these the way I've done, using all my ingredients, using all my tortillas that I have available, I've not only fixed breakfast for 3 more mornings, or it could be lunch, or maybe I might decide I want a breakfast burrito for dinner one night. You know, I've got them, because I only eat 2 at a time. And I can put these back in because I've still got some left. And these little packages of tortilla, they don't cost that much. They're what, about $2, $2, something like that. I don't know what I did with my little tie wrap. Oh, here it is. I mean, you can get the big ones if you prefer the big ones. I always use the small ones. They're easier for me to handle. And like I said, I only eat 2 of them at a time. Whew. That is hot. Move this up here where I can get to it. Another big old spoonful. Spread it out, not spread it out, but kind of get it an elongated shape. Ooh. mean to do that. Just meant to get those out of the way. Turn the bottom up, mash the side down, flip it over, mash the other side down, the flap, and pull it over. Go to the top and pull it over. Now, what else I'm going to add to this? Let's see if I can find it. Oh, if I didn't hide it from myself. Oh, here it is. Mexican sour cream. Can't beat that. Now, if you want to eat these with a fork, just put your sour cream on top. Got to stir it up a little bit. It's kind of watery at the top. Or you can just put it on the side and basically dip your burritos in it. I need my little spatula to dip this up. Yeah, I always use my fingers as a utensil. But there you go. I think it's gotten frozen a couple of times in my refrigerator. I'm not sure about that. But there you go. I got 6 right here to eat for other meals, 2 at a time. So that's 3 meals, whether I want to eat it for breakfast, brunch, or lunch. And then I've got breakfast this morning, y'all. And this basically, at the time of day it is, it's going to be my lunch too. Dear Lord, bless this food I'm about to eat. Bless all the YouTubers out there. Bless all the ones, look after all the ones that are needing prayer. And I think there's a lot of them out there, dear Lord. And bless me above all. Amen. I always take mine, hold it at the bottom where the flap is at the top. You can dip it right in your sour cream and take a bite. That's good, y'all. Y'all take a bite. I got sour cream on it. Look, all the insides in there. It's good. I'm going to let these cool off because the steam is fogging up the lid, so I'll take the lid off and put it sideways so the steam can come out. But yeah, fix you an easy, inexpensive, quick breakfast, y'all. Don't throw your little bits and pieces away of your meats or any of that stuff. I mean, you can always put it in a little breakfast burrito, a lunch burrito, anything. So with that, I'm going to wish y'all a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye now.